Hello, math friends. Today I'm going to teach you how to play a game called Make 10. It's a great game for a first grader. Even some second graders would enjoy this game. The materials that you need for this game are a sheet of paper, a pencil or pen or marker, something to write with, and a deck of cards. In your cards, you're going to use the numbers 1 through 10 only, and you're going to think of ace as the number 1. You will shuffle the cards up and divide the deck between each player. If you don't have a player to play with, you can just be player 1 and player 2 and bounce back and forth between the two players. You're going to be recording each player on a sheet of paper. You can see on the screen, this is what player 1 looks like. They've recorded player 1 on the sheet of paper. And each player will take their deck of cards and flip over the top 4 cards. So that's what you're looking at. It's player 1's turn in this game. And what you're doing is you're looking for ways that you can make 10 using addition. Player 1 has a way that they can make 10 using just one card. I see it. Do you see it? You might be able to use one card. You might be able to use 2 cards. You may even be able to use 3 or 4 cards in your combination. Player 1 has the number 10 on theirs, so they recorded that 10 plus 0 equals 10. So they have a card that they can use to make 10. They're going to put that off to the side and pick up a new card from their deck to replace it. Let's take a look at player 2. These are the cards that player 2 has. Player 2 has a way that they can make 10 also. Player 2 recorded their combination as 2 plus 8 equals 10. Since player 2 used 2 cards, they're going to pick up 2 cards to replace those with. So put your 8 and your 2 off to the side and get 2 new cards. Let's go back and see what player 1 has. This is now player 1's hand, and it's their turn, and you're looking at the cards that they have after they replaced their one card. Player 1 was able to make 10. They used a 3 and a 7 and recorded it on the sheet that 3 plus 7 equals 10. Put those 2 cards off to the side, pick up 2 new cards. Let's head over to player 2. Player 2 did something interesting on this turn. Player 2 used 3 cards to make 10. They used an 8 and an ace, which equals 1, and another ace, which equals 1. So that's 8 plus 1 plus 1 equals 10. So because player 2 used 3 cards, they're going to pick up 3 new cards to replace that. Put those cards off to the side and get your new cards in front of you. Every once in a while, you're going to look at your cards and you're not going to be able to use them to make 10. That is going to happen sometimes in this game. If that happens, just pick one of your cards, put it at the bottom of your deck, and replace it with a new card. So the goal is that we're looking for combinations that make 10. And if you're not able to make 10, we just need to replace one of your cards and see what happens. In this situation, I might replace one of the number 9s because I have 2 of them. So I may just get rid of one of those and get myself a new card. This is a picture of what the board looked like at the end of the game. Player 2 was able to run out of their cards first, so they weren't able to make 10 with any more of their cards because they had used all of their cards. Player 1 got to a point in the game where they couldn't use any of their cards to make 10 anymore. So at this point in time, we would just take all the cards, shuffle them back up, divide them out, and play the game again. So it's a great game to practice looking for those combinations that make 10 and also to practice breaking numbers apart into smaller numbers and adding them up to make 10. So have fun playing this game.